Maniac Mansion was a game changer. No, literally, it changed how we played computer games forever and has set the precedent for point and click games ever since. If you've ever played the game, you'll know just how special it is. But what if I told you a new game in the series could be next following the success of Return to Monkey Island? Hogwash, you might say. They'll never make another Maniac Mansion. It's been too long. Well, old games are coming back all the time. After the release of Return to Monkey Island, Derrick sent out what he may have believed to be an innocent tweet that shows an interest in Maniac Mansion deep in the heart of Lucasfilm Games. If you're not sure who Derrick is, he's a producer at Lucasfilm Games and the guy responsible for the remasters of Monkey Island 1 and 2. For our small community, he's a pretty big deal, and he loves the classic Lucasfilm adventure games as much as anyone else. So when he took to Twitter to congratulate the team on the release of the Return to Monkey Island and the success it was enjoying from critics and fans alike, Craig tagged something intriguing onto the end of the message. He said, "I'll be standing by when it's time to go back to the mansion." Language is important here, so this isn't a firm confirmation that Maniac Mansion 2 or 3, if you count Day of the Tentacle, is happening, but he does say when and not if. Surely that's enough to confirm that Maniac Mansion is on the schedule somewhere in Lucasfilm Games. Since Disney bought Lucasfilm, the game studio arm has been all but shut down and then brought back to life as a licensor to make the most out of their properties. Star Wars and Indiana Jones aside, the company doesn't have a deep well of properties to pull from, except for its beloved adventure game section. Now that Return to Monkey Island has been released and it's been a success, the execs are going to be wondering what else they can do to replicate this success. And Maniac Mansion is the obvious choice to follow up with. Plus, this isn't the first time people attached to Maniac Mansion have expressed an interest in the IP. Ron Gilbert, who created the game with Gary Winnick, approached Disney on Twitter in 2016 following the acquisition of Lucasfilm. He wanted to buy Monkey Island and Maniac Mansion from them, a notion he admitted was unlikely to actually happen. And many years went by without much happening, until Devolver Digital contacted Ron to see if he wanted to make his Monkey Island, and they'd fund it. Although Ron doesn't own either IP, there is now an established working relationship, and it's his studio and his team that made Return to Monkey Island. It's a pretty good consolation prize. Earlier this year, he tweeted out asking David Fox if he would be up for making a new Maniac Mansion. The tweet was likely just in jest, but David gave an emphatic yes. David is a programmer who worked on the original Maniac Mansion, created Zach McCracken, and teamed up with Ron again for Thimbleweed Park and Return to Monkey Island. They're a proven successful team, so if they went back to Lucasfilm and asked about Maniac Mansion, who knows, it may just happen. Interestingly, Ron also revealed some of what his plans for a new Maniac Mansion would be. He'd do a remake keeping the same story but changing 50% of the puzzles and introducing a new character. This would be a great way to modernise the game and give returning players a new experience. There probably won't be a confirmation anytime soon. The developers are still working on the aftercare of Return to Monkey Island and will rightly look at having a few months off before starting another project. And who knows, they might prefer to create something new before they go back to the mansion. Or maybe Lucasfilm Games will move forward with a different team. Ultimately, that decision lies with them. Would you play the Maniac Mansion remake if Ron Gilbert made one? And if he did, what sort of art style would you like? Something like Return to Monkey Island or something closer to the pixel art in Thimbleweed Park? Be sure to subscribe to the channel or suffer the consequences. I'm just joking. You can do whatever the hell you want. Comment your thoughts below and slap that like button. It's a big help for the channel.